So hey guys, I've been playing a few games on DE, but only at work. So if you see Drunken Empires there, usually sneaking in a death match. That is me. Let me turn that down so you don't get in the feedback. Sorry, I don't got my headphones on, so I'll listen to this without sound. But I think you guys can still hear it. Yeah, a couple of games I've played are like in between patients. I can't really do that anymore because I've won enough games. I was able to do that at start, which is pretty sad, you know. Go and make a few moves, come back. Probably a good learning experience for that player. But yeah, my last death match I played is actually really similar to this game. It was that mountain pass one, which is interesting. It's definitely not an HD map. Tough. I was who was I? The Teutons. He was the Huns, so hit me really quickly. And that was crazy. He just took out several of my bases. It starts nomad, so it's kind of dumb, but kind of fun. And just kind of got scattered like this one, where I just ended up moving around the base. This is a sad moment here. He's got the hill advantage, and then bam. Ooh. So yeah, you're like Japanese versus Mongols. That's a tough one. It is. And maybe I should have gone more siege than I did. It's not like the Japanese have terrible siege. It's like you don't get the siege onager, so you don't make them. So yeah, I end up like not making a single siege onager. Just got lucky there, tracking those vills down. Who knows where they were going? He does a lot of raiding here, and I don't really get the camel thing. I actually do end up making some cavaliers. Because Japanese, I understand you can't just go with your strong suit. Gotta mix it up. I think he sees that I'm doing archers, but still decides to make skirmishers. Yeah, that's actually a decent raid. It's kind of hard without headphones here. I'm just gonna slow this down and find myself some headphones. But he's hitting just from all different angles. This is the old version, so I thought I got the towers with the Yasama or whatever, the fire multiple arrows. Plus, not to mention the towers are just generally, they get arrow slits and stuff like that, so they're a little stronger, more viable. And this, for the Japanese, who are kind of limited. But in my mind, maybe they were limited. They do pretty well here. These Mangadai are, I think, got a little nerf too in DE, if I'm not mistaken. But Arbalists actually do okay against them. Let me get my headphones going. Pardon me. Alright. There we go. Now I can hear. Well, that's loud. A little loud. But yeah, even halberdiers. Let's see. Can we get him? Yeah, he's throwing away some gold here. He's a little in too many places at once. Well, those guys aren't cheap, you know. He's just tossing them. So yeah, so you're like, hey, what's the problem? You're doing pretty good. Yeah, I'm surprised like he just didn't go like full rams and just crush me. So this is a tough army right here. But again, he needs those Mangadai, I feel, to... It's kind of wasting Cavalier? Camel? Pretty much all you need is wood and gold to crush me, I feel. Good. That was actually a good battle for me again. Looks like he's trying to expand. One good thing about being on the offensive is you can just kind of eco. Or my eco is not doing so good, right? I don't really have much going for me. Trying to get the vills up. Just trying to defend. is what's struggling. One thing I'm doing on the side, that you might have noticed or heard, is yes, I'm grabbing the relics. Normally I grab the relics to at least get one or two. See how I managed to sneak that one right out from under him? Well, that was like a Black Ops mission. That one barely got away. And I stole one even from all the way down here. It looks like he was trying to cut me off because he kind of realized, hey, this guy's going for relics. But there's no, exploration, so he should have known that this one was here too. And yes, I do manage to snag that. Because why not? So I'm at 200 pop. It's a 300 pop game. Let's see what he's at. Yeah, he's doing better. He's definitely, I feel like he's got the eco rolling. Pressuring my gold here. Let's put out rams, then I'm like, because the main guy just really crushed the rams too. It's like, why I was going Cavaliers, because just kind of had a lot of gold, not a lot of food. I knew food was gonna be a problem. Here we go, grabbing that relic. And I kind of knew overall that, like, this is not a game that I'm going to be able to push him, kind of hold on for dear life kind of game. And it just kind of gets worse from here. But, I was afraid to go Arbalest, but he really wasn't hitting me with as many siege onagers as I figured a Mongol player would be. Kind of opting for these skirmishers. Rams are a good choice because they're just so fast and they soak up so much damage. I did get a castle or something here, but then I'm going to lose all these trebs. I was trying to take this gold, but he's cut me off from both of my forward golds now. Which, like, well, you got the relics. Well, relics is like payoff, 10 years later kind of thing. It's a long-term investment. It's that IRA, So he's coming up. He's just soaking up that gold. So he's 300 pop. I bet you I'm not even 200. He's just hitting me from all over the place. He's got great resources. I know I'm like scraping the bottom of the barrel just trying to keep these units coming out. But overall, he's having pretty bad trades, I feel. And if he's hit me in one area, I'm just trying to expand at this point, go the other way. Because I know that at one point, it's going to be, if I can keep the halberdiers up and running, that's good. I don't know what happened here. All of a sudden, I'm out of units. He should have took more advantage of that. Followed that up with army. Again, he's kind of wasting a lot of units. I feel like a couple onagers. He's really not supporting these rams like he should. He's making ground, but he could definitely be doing a lot better with it. Mongols are really strong. He's not making them look as strong as they are. There's one. Just one onager. As many chiefs. There you go. There's some more. Yeah, he's just cleaned it up. Cleaned it up with those three. Look at that. The Trebs should pull those in earlier, but they did the job. So he's got my gold. Then I'm kind of realizing, this is it. If he takes these relics, it's kind of over. So start swinging more into this direction. He's back here raiding and everything. I don't really have that much farmland. he's still keeping it around 300. Even with everything he's lost. Getting those raids in. I think he's missing that final armor upgrade on his cavalry. Not good for him. Putting that castle downhill. It's actually works out really well, this castle on this hill. With some trebs. Makes it a little easier to hold. So now he's pushing here. And it's like, gosh. You know, getting anything out I can. Luckily I got this stone over here, so it's not a problem as far as rebuilding towers. Just wish the towers did more. If they did more, I probably would have built more, but if anything, they're good just to kind of pull units into last minute. Yeah, looks like I'm gonna lose a lot here. Just really struggling to get food out. So you're about to lose a lot of ground. Looks like I saved that castle for now. Just more concerned over here. It's like you could kill whatever you want. I need those relics. Just making whatever. I think at least I get full armor on these guys, right? Maybe not. I don't know if that's full armor. So yeah, what am I doing down here? Sorry. Just trying to take the pressure off. If you're like, you need a minute, just raid them. Doesn't matter, like, even like do that much damage. It's more that you're getting in there and he's gonna be like, oh dang, I need to kind of back off because I needed to pressure off this area to just give myself a second. So yeah, wasting some stone for a castle. Doesn't even matter if I like take a castle down. And then kind of scattering too. Scatter your rams is one thing I like to do. That way he's not going to kill them all. Doesn't matter if you're really destroying any buildings. It's just he has to run around to try to get them. But he's not letting up as much as he should be, I think. He's still hitting me. Hussars are really good for him because they're, even though they lack that armor, which I think I do lack that armor too. That they have that HP that's so beefy. Killing even my arbalists just because he's got the sheer numbers. Yeah, so I don't think this attack does much. Looks like it took down 2 town centers though. That's nice. Almost got that castle. Almost got that castle. There we go. Did get that castle. Still holding on. I think if he really wanted to, he could have taken this area back. And my army's just kind of slow compared to his. It's hard for me to maneuver around. Pretty strong defense though. Japanese did pretty well. I'd still take the Mongols any day, but Japanese, I think, kind of underrated in my book. I know the Spirit of the Law loves them. Can 3 samurai kill all the skirmishers? They did a pretty good job. I don't know if they're gonna pull it off. Looks like they would have. Looks like they would have done that. That was impressive. So close. So right now I have the lead, but it doesn't feel like it at all. He's taking so much of my gold, but it looks like he's out. The other thing that I forgot to do that would have helped me is to sell my wood. I end up having so much wood that I should have crashed the market. At least with... I know he ends up crashing the market before me. And it's not that gold was a major problem for me. I tend to have decent gold. Well, it looks like I don't have much of anything. Yeah, I should have crashed the market. Holding on for dear life there. He's gonna kill it with Hussars. That's sad. That's a sad death of a castle, to die to Hussars. Must have been a misclick there. This castle's paying its due. It's doing its work. Yeah, the incessant raiding is killing me because, yeah, maybe he's losing a lot of units, but I need to get out, and I'm below 200, and that always scares me. And population's dropping. He's destroyed houses. I'm all over the place. Oh, that poor castle. It fought well on that hill. Yeah, he's got all the wood in the world. He's got most of the golds on the map. Let's see how he's doing gold-wise. Looks like he sold all his wood. Probably sold all his food too, because he's just living the high life here. Yeah, go and just scouts and siege. Starting to fight over wood piles here. This is smart of him to actually start taking my wood, even though he's got lots of wood back here. That's kind of what I was doing over here. It's like, hey, I'm gonna steal this if you're not using it. So he's getting really low on wood, but he can actually go a lot of villagers and just do siege, but at the same time he's on the clock because he knows I have the relics, and I think that bothers him. So that's why he's pushing heavy and kind of risking some of these battles that probably shouldn't be risking. This incessant raiding. Yeah, I really wish I had those stronger towers. I wonder if those towers even get stronger with villagers then. They have Yasama plus villagers, if that's even like a crazy amount of arrows. Probably is a little bonus for sure. Sassar raids are just ridiculous. I hate this. I have a friend who plays like this. It's so rude. It's so disrespectful. And the answer would be towers, but towers just aren't that great. Getting some raids in myself, but I don't really have the units for such raids. At this point, I think I'm finally starting to have some food, which is good, so I know I can just kind of reach my 300 goal, which has been a while since I've been 300. I think he kind of senses that at this point and calls it. So even though he had tons of eco, even a lot of gold too. Just couldn't crack the nut that is the drunk. So there you go, there's one for Japanese, pulling it together. I'm sure his eco is much stronger, but threw away a lot of units. That's one thing I wish I did more of, just more towers, regardless, because I had a lot of stone and just wasn't using it, and that might have helped defend the eco more. He had like double my food. That's sad. We ended up having similar gold just based on relics. He actually had more, so even with 5 relics, if you have army and you take land and you do the market crash first, you're gonna end up with more gold. It's just, I think my trash is a little better. I wouldn't say it's like I had a major trash advantage. The fast hacking halberdiers is nice, but it's not everything for sure. Skirmishers deal with them quite well.